Rajic is there on his inside, and Rajic is there and ahead of him going into turn one. What a start from the Spaniard in the Red Bull. In the background, the Bird and Kevin side by side through turns 1 and 2. The two McLarens are also having at it, and luckily everyone survived so far between the two McLarens. It's a civil war down there.
It might be a civil war down there, but it's not a civil war between the Red Bulls. They're working together, it seems, on this opening lap. They're pulling a nice little gap on the cars behind. It's so important. Daniel Llorente and Jix fighting very hard overnight.
Rajic, but Toro certainly pushing now in these early stages of the Grand Prix. Then as the cars make their way through that car chicane, what an angle we had there, man. See them snailing their way through there.
Bird into P2. Rimas defends his position and keeps the place, but he's going to have Damian going round his outside. That was close. And Rajic and Toro fighting over the lead. In fact, 3 cars fighting over the lead. All Bird, Rajic and Toro going for it, but Rajic has managed to hold off.
2 abreast though. Jinx looking to make a move on the Mercedes, but instead he spins out.
2 by 2 towards the second chicane. This is going to be chaotic if we're not careful. Kevin on the inside. Anyone in the top 6 really can win. Daniel Llorente has made his way quietly into 6th place, ahead of the 2 McLarens, ahead of Rimas, ahead of those guys around him. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, he was in P10 not too long ago, wasn't he? He got past Jigs, got past Rimas, the 2 McLarens like you said, and he's right there now.
Down the front straight, the DRS will allow him, but Bird has decided he's just going to go double speed, 216 miles an hour he's topping out at. Brakes for turn 1, can he get it slowed down? He can! He leads for the first time into a corner legitimately without losing it on the exit. And now we could potentially see, maybe not him pulling away, but definitely I think he could keep this lead under control as Kevin trying to go to the outside. What do you say?
Toto is looking to go to the inside now. He thinks better of it though. I think certainly the Bird's going to pick up the pace now. And if these guys keep it up like this, they might find themselves pitting in a nice pocket of air.
But does not relent. So that's good from him to stand his ground against the establishment.
Kevin's been able to get away a bit now.
Oh, he dipped his wheel on the grass though, under braking, and that's going to allow Rajic through. So cracking under the pressure there. I mean, it's a minor mistake. He's not exactly spun out. And Daniel Llorente, fellow rookie, has decided he's going to turn up on the scene, and he might even try and do a double on the Red Bull as well. He decides to back out of that one, but it's Ferrari, Red Bull, RB. Daniel Llorente is doing what RB wanted Daniel Ricciardo to be doing in real life.
He's trying to undercut him.
Yeah, that, and I think he's going to be completely out of the. I think he's because everyone in front of him is going to be getting slipstream off of each other and DRS. Bird has gained on the leaders, which I'm surprised at.
Has spun again.
3 wide, 2 wide now down the front straight. Rajic assumes the lead. The superb Spaniard takes the lead off of the defending Dutchman, who was doing so well as well. Kevin, don't go for moving to Ascara. He doesn't. He's sensible. A sensible Kevin movement is hard to come by. Usually he's being aggressive and spinning every 5 seconds, but it's got restart.
Side by side into the pit lane.
That was really weird. I didn't like that.
I think Kevin wanted to pit, and Rajic is like, hold up, let me cover him off.
Yeah, Daniel Llorente has decided to follow them in. That could be a good idea. Just keep him with the leaders.
Race lead. And Tala was right where the Bird was before his disconnect. Damien as well. The 2 McLarens really good. Damien and Daniel side by side through turns 1 and 2. Daniel is on cold hoods. Damien's hoods. They're warm. They're hot. They've been sitting in a hot tub without water. That does not make sense at all. But he's trying to get past into the Sector 2 chicane, but he's just not fast enough down that Curva Grande.
Yep. If I was Daniel, I'd be doing everything I can to keep this guy behind because it's just a hindrance otherwise. I know he's fallen a bit off the back of Kevin and co, so he will need to work hard to get back into that range.
And that's where that 17-point gap comes from for Rajic in the championship.
Don't play zero and assumes the lead, but Rajic is on his tail.
No, Toro's. Oh yeah, Toro's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got about 10 second time out of the limit.
Yeah, about to not lap Goldix again. Double look up for Tala. Wheel banging. And oh, hello Goldix. Good day, mate.
This guy needs to go. I'm fucking sorry. 2 laps down after 13 laps.
Oh, Rajic goes spinning and drifting into the gravel there. Not sure what happened there. He was ghosted, then all of a sudden he was spinning and drifting away. and he's going to lose so much momentum now. And look at that, in the front, Daniel and Damien banging and barging into the Sector 2 chicane there.
More banging and barging than an interesting video I found on the internet the other day. The thing though is Talha's clearly underfueled expecting a safety car.
Oh.
And there's not been one at the moment. So he's going to have to do some fuel saving. I mean, if there's any track you want to do fuel saving at a slipstreaming track like this, where you can just sit on half throttle. Edge and ready to go. That's what I do. People always hate me for doing my safety car restarts when I'm in leagues where I go 40 miles an hour, but there's nothing saying you can't in the rules of any league. So I think that he should back off and genuinely go to about 30 miles an hour and just wait for everyone to bunch up. But he's decided to go out of the last corner. I mean, it's worked for him, to be fair. He's got a massive gap on the field behind. 5 tenths is enough to, I think, keep the lead into turn 1. Unless he doesn't use any ERS, which is what he's not doing. He's now using it, but it's too late now. He's going to get overtaken by Talha if he's not careful. Up the inside, into the first corner. Everyone behind is so far behind.
Ooh, but they're side by side so much. Behind. It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. I've got a literal slideshow right now.
The Aston Martin has spun around. Don't Play Zero got involved in all that. The gap between the top 3 and 4th place was 2 seconds. I don't know who decided that was a good idea. But the likes of Toro and Magic are caught in this pack of cars.
Oh, Toro on Damien on Carvito or whatever his name was. I don't remember. I don't have the timing screen up right now. Damien, though, instead needs to look behind him. You can see all the gravel marks. They're probably all from the bird there. And the McLaren also gets it down. So that's crucial that Damien gets it done. Magic tries to follow through as well. And he is side by side with the Aston, which has got 0 battery now. And yep, he's got ahead. So all 3 of them getting past at the same section there.
Yep, but then again now, but on a normal circuit.
Games, we played like 10 games on Sunday. And we'll get to that in a second. And I was an imposter once. So anyone who's in VDRL, feel free to join. Feel free to join. Either head to the fun channel or just message myself, Yalla Boy, and I'll get you in. Me más problemas. Now, Daniel, 3 seconds. What the fuck? You way to bottle a race, by the way.
Now it means that Talha is probably going to finish 3rd on track and still win. I want to check how many warnings he has. But I think he might be going for the lead now. Let me just quickly...
Daniel's going for the lead. Maybe he thinks he has the pace to pull away.
I mean, he could just be trying to get ahead of Kevin just in general because he wants to.
He just did it.
On today, and he's a character we need back. Kevin to the outside. Kevin to the outside. He's reassumed the lead on Daniel Llorente. We have a Ferrari and a V-Carb fighting for the lead, and I think Talha's just lost it. Talha just made a mistake, and he's fallen out of the DRS. He's trying to get back in.
These 2 can now work together.
Yes, if they can.
If they do smartly. Yeah, Kevin, push. P-U-S-H. Oh, Talha's in DRS again. Now, too late.
Fuck's sake. No, he could be losing out again. No, he's back out.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's back out. This is a look at that timing screen at the top left of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Talha 1.08, and still here we go. And this is the DRS. So now push, drain the battery, boys. Drain it. D-R-A-I-N. Drain it.
Yeah, Kevin's gone through, and Toro goes through on Talha.
Talha's not fighting that too hard. He's actually saving his battery.
Yeah, I mean, the DRS is very powerful down that straight anyway. I wouldn't bother fighting.
Oh, the Mercedes of Mavers giving him a bump there up his gearbox. As now he might lose it to Toro, and Toro kind of needs his DRS to be able to work together with him, because Toro is quick. He's probably quicker than Kevin, but he's not got DRS. In theory, Kevin will win this race if he swaps next time round, going on to the final lap of the race.
Yeah, but he's not going to work like, because I bet one of them's going to try and outsmart the other. DRS Chicken will be.
No, they can't outsmart the other, because then Mavers is going to win. Literally, if they lose like half a tenth, I think Mavers has won.
Not half a tenth. There's 4 seconds between them and Mavers at the moment, and that's going to keep increasing. They can give up about a second in DRS Chicken. Anyway, going on to the final lap of the race. Will Daniel keep it? He's got a lot of ERS, but he doesn't have as much as Kevin.
And then
they're gonna burn that like I don't know what. They're gonna burn it like crazy.
Oh, there's a lap car. Jinx is getting involved. Jinx, get out of the way, man.
is a ghost. to be
Oh,
fair.
there's a look
Now-
up. Kevin looks up and he bangs into the RB. There's more wheel banging in the background. Toto cuts the chicane there, fighting with Mavers. Mavers knows he's fighting for the win now. He saw how hard those guys were fighting going into turn one, and his wheel banging with Toto might have just cost him the race. Jigs gets out the way nicely. No funny business there. In the background, they're still fighting. Mavers, he's pushing. Look at the gap's pretty much 3 seconds from him to Daniel, but he won't have any DRS down this next straight. What's the battery level for Kevin, Martin?
The gap battery level for Kevin is 20, or is 5% more than Daniel.
Oh, is that gonna be? It's gonna be enough. Or down the sorry, down the score is gonna be tight. He's got DRS. He's got this slipstream overtake mode, and no rich mix flowing in this year's game. Down the outside he goes, and he can't get that move done. Can he get it on the run to Parabolka? Behind Mavers, stays ahead of Toto. Mavers is fighting for a podium, a P2 spot. I think P1 is just out of the question unless these two fight into Parabolka. Kevin has a look, and he goes right there.
What's Kevin doing?
That is a suicidal mission from Kevin.
I'm not sure if that was an intentional try and take out. That was ridiculous. But Daniel's going to win his first race. What a drive from him.
Oh, is he though? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Mavers gets it. Holy shit. By a 10th.
That was only because Kevin bumped him. That's so unfair on Daniel.
Oh my god.
Kevin should get Kevin should be dropped out of the points. That was a horrendous move from him. That move cost Daniel his maiden win.
Just did. Tala, I'm so sorry about that. We'll start with you then, Tala. You did the undercut, kind of worked out, but then you slowly started to drop back there. Do you think pitting that early was a mistake or not?
To be honest, I don't think so. I think my strategy was fine, and I was looking good for the win. The front two guys had 3-second penalty. But coming out of the first chicane, I snapped and lost the DRS to them and just fall back to the guys behind.
Alright, would you say P3 is the maximum? You drove a great race. You were always there with the leading pack, but do you think P3 was the maximum that you were expecting going into the race?
Yeah, I hoped a bit more. I think I was capable of winning the race, but a nice podium. I think I enjoyed that.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Daniel, this is your little opportunity to say whatever you like about Kevin, and no one can say anything bad about you.
Yep, so I think Kevin, I caught up to him and I was a bit quicker around the lap. And we started battling because we both had 3-second penalties and we were 3 seconds ahead of P3 at the time, which didn't have a penalty. And we had it covered until the last lap where he wanted to punt, he punted me off the track almost in turn 1, which lost us time. And then he was within the 3-second mark, and then we pulled out of it again, and then in the last corner he went for a stupid dive, which caused us both to lose P1. So that's my comment.
I'm with you on that one. I think that you drove a fantastic race and that you deserved a debut win. Obviously, that didn't come around today, but are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with the way you performed, and do you think that you are close to getting that first win even just next time out?
Yeah, I'm happy. I think next win is, my first win is definitely on, sometime this season. If I didn't get that 3-second, it was a really stupid penalty. But if I didn't get it, would have been a bit better. But I would say it was a good performance.
Yeah, I was especially impressed. You and the bird were very good until he obviously disconnected. Is this going to change how you race some people? Are you going to give some people a bit more of a wide berth when you come alongside them in side-by-side racing?
I'm definitely going to be a bit harder on Kevin. But apart from that, I think it stays the same.
That's fair enough. Right, Jale, do you want to take the winner?
Just Daniel, fantastic race. Not everyone can go from, you were P10, lap 2 I think or so. Not everyone can go from P10 to fighting for their lead and should have won that race in their first race in that said league. So I think it's not a if, it's a when you get your first win, and I'm almost certain it'll happen this season. Phenomenal race. Unlucky at the end there.
Thank you, man.
Now to the winner. I'm not sure if he had any idea of what was going on in front of him or not. Mavers, did you know what was happening in front of you, or were you in your own world fighting with Toto on the final lap there?
I'm sorry, I had to do that. Well,
Is this your first win, or
Yeah.
is that tradition? Oh shit! Congratulations.
Oh, mate, you should ask Remus afterwards. I was literally screaming down the microphone. I last lap I noticed that both of them had 3-second penalties. So I tried on the last lap going towards the first corner to overtake Toro to have the best chance of snatching.
Yeah, I saw
the
that.
P1.
Toro went. He cut the chicane there, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, but I think that was partly my fault. I understeered into the line, but yeah, I managed to keep Toro ahead for most of that lap. I think, to be fair, having Toro ahead at the final corner and having Slipstream down to P1, were the finish line was the main reason I got P1.
Kevin has a look, and it goes right. That's
Kevin doing?
That is.
Having that Slipstream there gave me that extra top speed, and I should kind of thank him in a way. But yeah,